2025 Men's Lightweight Highland Games National Championship, hosted by Sticks and Stones Heavy Athletics and the Dublin Irish Festival in Dublin, Ohio, USA. Today we will see 10 of the best lightweight athletes in the country go head-to-head across 9 events. Looking at this group, absolutely anything can happen, so hold on to your hats and let's see who comes out on top. Beginning with the 22-pound Braemar stone, Jeff Thornton from Vashon Island, Washington will kick off the round, and with his first throw, he secures the lead with 34 feet 5.5 inches. Well done. In the second round, Levi Peck from Fort Gibson, Oklahoma tries to overtake with a throw of 33 feet 9 inches. Not quite enough, but good enough to land in second place for now. And hot on his tail is Shane Sutherland from Charleston, South Carolina, with a throw of 33 feet 8 inches, which will secure him third in the Braemar stone. With the next 5 places separated by less than 1.5 feet, the tone is set for the day. This will be a battle for inches in every event, but Jeff Thornton takes an early lead. Now into the 16-pound open stone. Once again, Jeff Thornton opens with a bomb. First round, first throw, and it looks like 44 feet and 7.5 inches. That's going to be a tough one to beat. In round 2, Hanna from Brevard, North Carolina, hauls off with a throw of 41 feet and 10 inches, which will secure him second place for now. Right behind him is Levi Peck, ready to bump Brian into third place with a 42-foot 7-inch throw. Everyone starts the third round hoping to overtake Jeff Thornton, but he says no way with a throw of 45 feet 2 inches, further padding his lead. Once again, we see a battle for inches all the way down the leaderboard, but with 2 all-star performances in the stones, Jeff Thornton remains in the lead with Levi Peck hot on his tail. Now moving into the 42-pound heavyweight for distance, we'll open with Mac Dillman from Ballston Spa, New York, who sits in the lead after the first round with a monster PR toss of 45 feet 8.5 inches, getting really cozy with the lines in the front corner there, but the judge liked it, so the mark stays. In the second round, Shane Sutherland cracks into the leaderboard with a monster toss of 42 feet 3 inches. And we see a swift reply from Jeff Thornton in round 3, putting one out 42 feet 10 inches. Rounding out the leaderboard with a beautiful third place toss is Hanna, overtaking Shane by just a few inches. Another razor-thin event with the heavyweight, but that win will bring Mac Dillman into the top 3 overall, right behind Jeff Thornton and Levi Peck, and a 3-way tie for 4th, just 1 point back. To the 28-pound lightweight for distance. The weight events posed some challenges for the group as they tried to find their footing in an unlevel trig, but the big bombs came in the third round. Shane Sutherland let loose with a 68-foot 1-inch rocket that would secure him third place, but wasn't quite enough to catch Jeff Thornton with his 68-foot 9-inch toss. But Levi Peck stole the show and first place with a PR toss of 70 feet 4 inches, which would narrow the gap between him and Jeff Thornton on the leaderboard, with Shane Sutherland sliding up into third. Now it's hammer time. Kicking things off in the 22-pound heavy hammer, it's Jeff Thornton. First round, first throw, he pops off with an 87-foot 3-inch toss. And that's going to be tough to beat. Now in the second round, it's Keeley from Kirkland, Washington, looking to make some waves with a PR toss of 85 feet 2 inches. He does just that and slides into second place. Round 3, and here's Hanna putting up his own PR heavy hammer with an 86-foot throw to slide past Keeley into second. But before this round is over, here's Mac Dillman winding up for an 85-foot 6-inch toss, which will be just enough to edge into third. Another event down and another win for Jeff Thornton, padding his lead in the overall standings with Hanna sliding up into third and Mac Dillman 1 point back. Onto the 16-pound light hammer. Jeff Thornton walks away with the lead after round 1 with a monster throw of 104 feet and 4 inches. Brian Hanna answers back in round 2 with a 107-foot, 3-inch PR toss to take the lead. Right behind him is Levi Peck with a 103.4 to take third place. Into round 3. Jeff Thornton lets loose with a 106-foot, 6-inch throw to slide into second place. But here comes Levi Peck, who turns up the heat for a PR toss of 107 feet and 8 inches to overtake first place from Brian Hanna. And next up is Mac Dillman, who after some fouls and false starts in the first rounds, pulled it together for a 108-foot, 6-inch bomb, bagging himself another event win and sliding back into third place overall, heading into the caber toss. Six events down, 3 to go. That brings us to the caber toss. For today's challenge, we're flipping a 17.5-foot, 95-pound cedar caber with some decent taper and some tricky knots and knobs at both ends. A lot of strong pulls on this caber, but the first midnight goes to Jason Prifogle from Floyd's Knobs, Indiana. Next we have Levi Peck, who answered right back with his own 12 o'clock toss in the first round. Levi got himself a second midnight in round 3 to clinch another event win. But we also saw 12 o'clock tosses from Brian Hanna, Matt Adams of Schneider, Indiana, and Shane Sutherland. Driving the current leader, Jeff Thornton, down into 6th place in this event, within striking distance in the overall moving forward, with Brian Hanna narrowly holding on to 3rd place by 1 point. Scrapping traditional order, let's move on to weight over bar, where the opening height will be 14 feet with the 42-pound weight. This height was easy money for the whole group, including Billy Keeley and Jed Lamont from Waterville, New York, with a very nice spin technique, but 14 feet would be as high as they go. The rest of the group advances to 15 feet. We've got an easy first round clear for Mac Dillman, and third round clears for Matt Adams and Bronson Germano from Fort Wayne, Indiana. But none of these three would get it together to clear the next height. This brings us to 16 feet, where the remaining 5 athletes were able to clear the height, including Levi Peck in the first round and Jason Prifogle in the third. For these two athletes, 16 feet would be the end of the road. Advancing to 17 feet are Shane Sutherland with a very classy spinning wob for a first round clear. Brian Hanna with a very clean second round clear. And Jeff Thornton clearing in round 3. No 18-footers today, but that perfect shot at 17 brings Shane Sutherland into first place for this event, which means he will head into Sheaf in a tie for 4th place, and the overall leader still too close to call. Let's move over to the big standards to cap off this championship with the 16-pound sheaf. At the opening height of 20 feet, here's Shane Sutherland with a strong start. As the rest of the class clears and moves up to 22 feet, Shane hits a run of bad luck and ends his day early. Clearing 22 with lots of room to spare is Levi Peck, sitting narrowly behind first place, and Matt Adams with plenty of extra height. The rest of the group clears 22 and moves on to 24, and even though they had plenty of height, this would be the last stop for Levi Peck and Matt Adams. 24 feet, we have Bronson Germano in the first round, and Jed Lamont in the second. Two great shots, but 26 feet would be the downfall for Bronson and for Jed, who wanted to advance to 28, but the rigging said no. The rest of the class would clear 26 and move on to 28 feet. At 28 feet, we see easy first round clears for Jeff Thornton and Jason Prifogle, as well as Brian Hanna, Mac Dillman, and Billy Keeley. But with the bar raised to 30 feet and 5 men still in the game, it would be the end of the road for Jason Prifogle and Jeff Thornton, with his championship win secured. Billy Keeley steps up in the first round and launches a clean 30-footer for a personal best. Followed in the second round by Brian Hanna and Mac Dillman. All three made a valiant effort at 32 feet, but this championship was closed. And with a first-round PR at 30 feet, that gives the event win to Billy Keeley and solidifies Jeff Thornton as the U.S. National Champion for 2025, followed by Levi Peck in second and Brian Hanna just 1 point behind in third place. These three will receive an automatic invite to represent the USA at the 2025 Lightweight World Championship in Mountain Home, Idaho. Congratulations, boys.